fuck is going on, everybody? Zachariah Jazz, as you know it, back at it again to bring you the controversial bullshit. You know what? I can't even say it's controversial bullshit. The controversial person of, I can't even say the controversial person of the day or the controversial bullshit person of the day, but more like the controversial bullshit person in the city. How about let's go with that? I'm here to talk to you today about mayoral candidate Eddy Aragon. I heard about this guy before, and I couldn't help but see him on Twitter. Ran across him, local politicians, whatever. And he immediately got on my shit list. And I'm about to tell you why. So, Eddy Aragon, he's in Albuquerque. I don't know if he's native Burkenian. I don't know if he's native to New Mexico. I don't really know shit about the guy. I don't want to know. What I do know is he seems like a certified piece of shit. And what do you know? He's a Republican, a Trump Republican. You know those ones that are a little different, right? I'm not gonna say too much about it, but you know what the fuck I'm talking about. This is let me see this. Where's it at? Oh, wrong thing. Hold on, bear with me. I just sent it to myself because I'm looking at two phones. So this is his running platform. This is a flyer that he put out yesterday. Hold on, this screen is broken, so I'm having a little bit of a hard time seeing it. Let me flip it. So I'm not sure when this flyer came out, but it says press conferences don't solve crime. He's referring to the current incumbent mayor Tim Keller and the present current sheriff, I guess, Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office, Manny Gonzalez. He's famous for his relations with the Rainbow Dildo. Excuse me. Anyway, that's beside the point. So it says, at simultaneous press conferences, Mayor Keller and Sheriff Manny blamed everyone but themselves. The courts, the legislature, city council, county commission. Manny brought 80 deputies for a campaign photo op with the FBI, ATF, DEA, and U.S. Marshals. Same old song and dance. Keller promised you to curb crime 4 years ago. Manny endorsed him. They have failed. Press conferences won't solve Albuquerque crime. Now, this is the big part that made him get on why he made my shit list. So he said, we need leadership, not political theater. And his whole platform is the Hard on Crime platform that's so fucking popular, right? But none of them are really talking about fighting crime. They're talking about more like hurting people, right? Because if they wanted to fight crime, they'd get to the root of the cause of crime. Why crime happens, like poor quality of life. There's a need, a disparity within the community that these people are feeling more often than not. That is leading to an acceleration of crime, right? It's always in the poorest neighborhoods, the impoverished neighborhoods, the most impacted by addiction, right? But they never really, like I said, they never attack the actual problem. They want to attack the people and harm the people instead. It's not really harm reduction or public safety because these people are part of the public. Just because they committed crime doesn't mean they're not. Anyway, so he says, number one on his agenda, punish all crime, not just felonies. Number two, arrest misdemeanors. There's shoplifting, possession, loitering, and prostitution. He wants to make it illegal to just stand there and make it arrestable, rather than mall cops or something coming up to you and saying, hey, dude, get the fuck out of here. No loitering. No, he wants people to get arrested for loitering. He's an idiot. Prosecute. Or number three, prosecute. No rehabilitation of criminals. Focus on the public. So what do you think, Eddy? No rehabilitation of criminals. Do you think they're getting rehabilitated right now? Is that why the majority of the time people come out of jail and commit another crime? Because they're getting rehabilitated? No, you moron. They're not getting rehabilitated. Jails and prisons are a crime school. Straight the fuck up. Among other things, more productive. But it is a crime school. You can go in there and you can fucking learn anything and everything. How to criminal shit. Innovative ways to fucking do things. It is innovative because some of these people are fucking genius. They are. They're smart people. Just because you don't think of them as people. Number 4. Arrest quality of life issues such as camping, bedding, and sanitation. He wants to make it illegal for homeless people sleep outside, when they camp outside because they don't have anywhere to go, because they don't have any homes, because they were evicted. He wants to make it illegal to smell bad, to camping somewhere, not having a trash can to throw everything away because you had one, it was in your home, but now you're evicted. He wants to make these things illegal because people are less fortunate, don't have it made, don't have it good, didn't have the same chances as somebody else because their circumstances were worse than the benefits somebody else has in their lives. He wants to make that a fucking crime. He wants people to go to jail for this shit and stay in jail. Is there enough room in this fantasy of yours in these jails? Is there enough room for all these people to just shape and mold this perfect fucking world rid of homelessness and that you want to create? This utopia? Number 5, build units within the Albuquerque Police Department. Non-existent units within APD, such as a gang unit, commercial and residential burglary. See, he cares more about property, corporate property, Walmart, whatever. Fucking Home Depot. Oh my god, that guy was such a public menace. Good job, Harry. Good job, Harry Medina, for arresting that guy at Home Depot. Oh my god, he was such a public menace, you fucking moron. How are those use of force cases? Are they going down? I'll get back to you on that. Or no, you'll get back to me, right? That's my demand. So, here, let's go to his Eddy Aragon's campaign page. I don't know if it is him, or if it is his. But the Rock of Talk. Eddy Aragon, abq.fm/am. They had 4 years to focus on crime and they failed. Here's 1,000 words. And he shows a photograph from 2017 when Tim Keller was running for mayor and Manny, whatever the fuck his name is, endorsed him. Photograph of Bernalillo County Sheriff Manny Gonzalez applauding then State Auditor Tim Keller's election as Albuquerque mayor in 2017 speaks volumes. While Manny has since endorsed Keller and Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham, who he also endorsed before unendorsing her too, his bad judgment cannot be forgotten. Keller focused heavily on crime. In his 2017 race for mayor, calling it the #1 issue facing Albuquerque right now. Okay, I actually have to pause on that. Because these people just don't seem to understand that the crime comes from a disparity or lacking thereof necessities to have a better life. Because there's a need. See a need, feel a need. Right? You're never going to solve crime by putting people away and putting them in cages forever, you fucking horrible, horrible human being. Keller ran on a platform advocating new leadership at APD and recruitment of more officers and treatment centers to stem homelessness. That's cool, Keller, but kind of almost didn't really happen, hasn't been happening, because there's people that have a need. Keller attempted to fill the need, but they aren't really telling people that the need is there, it's being provided. What they're not getting out in the communities, they're not going out there every time they sweep a homeless encampment. They're not getting out there and telling these people that, hey, there's somewhere to go. There's somewhere to go. And that Eddy Aragon actually does good to mention this part on his website, but he kind of does it in a way that's unconducive to progress. 4 years later, Albuquerque's already has more murders than ever recorded in city history. With more than 3 months left in the year, homelessness has skyrocketed because there's a disparity. Eddy, COVID. We just went through COVID. We are still going through COVID. What came with COVID? Horrible quality of life. People dying, people getting sick, people losing their jobs, people losing their homes. 10,000 people are actually about to be put out of their homes as soon as the Supreme Court ends the moratorium, but whatever. No, not whatever. That's significant. But anyway, murders, homelessness has gone up. Murders have gone up, possibly as a cause of homelessness, because there's a disparity. There's something missing. And the thing that is missing from your consciousness is that point. Homelessness is skyrocketed, blah, blah, blah. He has dumped tens of millions into new police technologies, buying up property for homeless, constructing the infamous tiny village that remains 85% empty. That's the part where I gave him kind of so-so props about mentioning the need filled, but not really filling the need. Homeless encampments litter the city with tents and trash. Our motels are constant hotspots for crime and murder. Criminals are getting let out of jail at record pace. COVID, maybe. Let go of the less serious, keep the more serious. To mitigate the spread of COVID-19 and the Delta variant. Idiot. This isn't complicated. If the rule that you followed brought you to this point, of what use was the rule? It's become glaringly obvious that a state auditor is no more equipped to curb violent crime and vagrancy than the sheriff who stood by him on election night in 2017. He's referring to Manny. It's time for change. Then that stupid flyer that comes up that I just showed you. This isn't not rocket science. Here's a screenshot of that. Eddy Aragon's platform is simple. I mean, this guy's such an idiot. He couldn't even afford an editor. I got that right away. I was stumped, like those memes that are like backwards and doesn't really make sense. I caught that shit right away. Eddy Aragon's platform is simple. Albuquerque needs tough on crime policies, not more rhetoric. That starts by hiring more police officers. Isn't that the same rhetoric that you're... Yeah. You can't do that without leadership in the mayor's office that not only backs the police, but pays them well. Woo! He really, really missed the ball on that one, didn't he? Didn't it just come out recently that APD has recorded a significant amount of overtime? I think it had. I'll link the article if I can find it. Eddy's first priority upon taking office will be to increase APD salaries, making them the highest paid of any city in the state. They already are, Eddy, you stupid man. In an area of increasing police violence against officers and city and state agency, throwing the book at anyone who so much as eats a burrito wrong in their squad car. That's the counter casa talk. Who are you really working with? Who endorses you, man? It's not Sean Willoughby, is it? Because you remember the article that Sean Willoughby put out, right? About the whole thing, Officer Burrito, Deputy Burrito, whatever the fuck his name was, about the guy who eats like a whole box of like 6-pack of fucking burritos. The cop who did that, Officer Burrito. It's counter casa. This guy is obviously backed by the fucking police union. Come on. Another point that I wanted to make. What was that? Rumor starts in an era of increasing police violence against officers. He almost got me. That's a gotcha. He almost got me. Oh my god. Okay. 39. Well, no, it's a little bit more now. It's somewhere in the ballpark of 50 police officers have died in the United States 2021. 50, somewhere around there. 2 of which have been in New Mexico. And I'm not talking about the officers that were just recently shot. No, none of them died. They're actually okay. Fortunately. Shout out to Taylor Burbank and her father. Officer Burbank. She's cool. He's okay. Anyway, 2 of those were here in New Mexico early in the year. In IMR 13, that's the Independent Monitor's report, APD recorded 298 use of force cases compared to the 311 use of force cases reported in IMR 12. That's an increase and decline in operational compliance to the CASA agreements, the settlement, the CASA, right? The consent decree. It decreased. And so this whole talk language of war on police doesn't work. But people will believe it. People eat this shit up like burritos. People love it. They're like, yeah, no, I'm just tired of our police not making it home to their families. They make it home pretty much just about every day to their families, more often than not, more often than the people that they kill. A lot of these people don't make it home. Sorry, you can hear my dogs. My wife's just gone home. But officers make it home a lot more often than their victims do, by an overwhelming amount. There is no war on cops. The cops have a war on the people. And that's what this campaign is about. Eddy will throw every resource available at hiring and retaining quality officers. That includes adding to the perpetually understaffed... Here's another typo. You can't even afford an editor. Adding to the perpetually understaffed detective units. It includes creating gang units, commercial and residential burglary units, blah, 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 and helping local businesses prevent theft, loitering, and vandalism. Oh, God, I hate capitalists. Curbing crime requires actually punishing criminals and not just felonies. Punish your cops, dude. Eddy will direct Albuquerque police officers to arrest all criminals, from shoplifters to trespassers to drug possession and prostitution. You can't clean up the streets without stopping petty criminals before they become violent. You're a petty criminal, dude. This has been proven time and time again. If the shop dealers and car thieves aren't caught, they will continue to escalate the severity of their criminal enterprises. So what is your plan? Do you intend to lock them up for the rest of their lives for stealing a car? I'm not going to fucking pay for that. You think I'm going to pay for that? You can kiss my ass, dude. I won't file my taxes. If you think that's the type of shit I'm going to pay for, I won't. You can kiss my whole ass. No. For stealing a car, I get it. It's really unfortunate. I'm sorry your car got stolen. I'm sorry. And I get it. You have kids. You have places to go. But it's a car. This person should not serve their entire life over a car. Because, I mean, that's what he's insinuating, right? We'll continue to escalate the severity of their criminal enterprises. their criminal enterprises. Yeah, dude. This is a voyage of the Star Trek criminal enterprise. Which is exactly how Albuquerque has arrived at nearly 100 murders in 9 months. Yes, it is a fucking tragedy. And nobody will deny that. Rather than pandering to criminals, it's time this city started focusing on the victims of crime, including the cost to the city in vandalism and theft. We're now 42 days from the election, and only now Keller and Manny starting to take crime seriously. Tuesday, they each individually held simultaneous blah, 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 blah. He blamed the status quo without taking accountability for the fact that he, as mayor, has overseen the status quo for 4 years. In a parody of blah 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 blah, dude, shut up. I think you get the point. I've kept you here long enough. Hope everybody has a good weekend. I don't know who I'm going to vote for. I'm probably not. If it wasn't too late, I'd probably run for mayor myself. But that is my cue. Love you guys, and be safe.